tell it to go to the ends of the earth. And not to affect anybody that has covenant relationship with me. When you pray, you can't tell it to go to hell. Because I heard things like, devil, I rebuke you. I'll send you back to the pits of hell. You in the name of Jesus. Yeah. In the name of Jesus, I rebuke you. You go back to hell. I'll send you back where you come from. That's not true. Because the text says when Jesus got ready to cast out the demon, Jesus got ready to cast out the demon out of this man. And he said, who are they? He said, we are legion, for we are many. And Jesus got ready to cast the demon out of him. And, you know, and he said, well, hold up, Jesus. Wait 1 minute. Our time has not come. Now, what does that mean? He said, now there's a set time which I'm supposed to be bound in hell. And that's later in the book of Revelation that hadn't been written. He said, I got a couple more thousand years. You know, I got a little time on the books. And you can't put me in jail yet. In other words, I'm going to tell you what the devil did. The judge said they're going to lock you up on next Friday. And so all of a sudden somebody came to you today and said, we here to lock you up. You tell me, player, you say whatever you want to say. The judge said next Friday. So what the demon said to Jesus is, our time ain't come. Get this kid. Only when he bound, when he sends us to the bottomless pit, as the book of Revelation has declared, are we going back to hell. And proof of that, the Bible said when the question was asked about what Satan was doing, what Satan do every day, you know, he said, you know, what I do is to run about day, I go to and fro through the land, seeking who I can devour. That's why people say like somebody got hell in them, the devil in them. That's true. Because what Satan says, I've been going to and fro through the land, seeking who I can devour. So what he does is he goes, takes a seat, and he says, let me see what I can do with Jimmy today. Jimmy is my project today. And so then he finds you, and he says, you know what? Let me see what I can do with Derek today. You know, I ain't got up in Derek in a while. Let me see, can I act a monkey in Derek today? Can I just show my rabbit tail in Derek today? He goes to and fro through the land, seeking whom he can devour. That's his job. Now your job is to address him, because he's on his mission. When God looks back at you and see that you've not stood up, he says, why did I prepare you? He said, why did I give you what I put in your life? He says, why did I do what I did for you? Why did you allow the devil to have ground in your life? He says, it don't make any sense. He says, what I've given you. And so he becomes angered over the fact that you're not standing up to the level that he's called. The text, let me prove that to you. Some of y'all say, I don't believe that. The Bible said, without faith, it is impossible to please God. So what God says, if you're not walking in faith, guess what you don't do? You don't please him. So if you ain't pleased with somebody, what are you? Upset with them. When you let the devil beat you down, not only are you getting a whipping, but God is upset with you. Now, let me help you. Somewhere around 100 years ago, there was this young lady named Vanetta Jackson. And she went to school, and this girl was bothering with her. And she came to Mary Allen, my grandma, and told my grandma, she keep bothering with me. And my grandma said, you ran home. She said, let me tell you one thing. If you run home again, I'm going to beat you when you get home. So all Vanetta had to do is take that parasol that she had and whip the mess out of her. because her parent would be upset with her because she did not use the authority that she had given her. What happens while you look like when you're going through, you look like God is against you and the whole world, and you don't even feel a freedom to be able to pray because God is upset with you. He's upset with you because he says you don't have to be facing what you're facing right now. Because I can't understand why you're hungry and there's chicken on the stove.
Wow.
So literally, what he says to you, and I'm done. He says, what you got to do is speak to it. And then he wants you to tell it where to go. I tell them demons, I said, you got to get up out of my life. I'm not going to allow you to hang around. Why? When you allow the devil to hang around, he looks for an open door for when you sin so he can come back.
Good.
If you rebuke him or you bind him, come here, come here, son. You're small. See that? Is that a pocketbook or something? Let me see that. Yeah, that is. Because he's small-headed. Come, bring it. Is that a coach? Oh Lord, I don't know unless you coach her. Man, I'm Papa's coach, man, because I'm not gonna pay for it. You don't pay for it. Come on, come here. You drew that on? Oh, okay. Okay. He's back. He back. He back. And so I bind the devil. But guess what? He's still in my life. So when I sin, I give him wiggle room. But if I send it, go. Even if he gets free, I got enough time to get it right before he returns back. Come on, I finish with you. But what some of y'all do is you bind things and let them stay in your life. And so you get it depressed. And some of y'all got it right. You know how I rebuke the devil. I bind you in the name of Jesus. And you be bound different. You didn't figure out how to bind it. I bind you. Satan, you are defeated in the name of Jesus. Huko, huko, huko. Tata mabota. Iko, oko, oko, oko. Belko, belko, belko. Missy bitchy gala. Missy bitchy. Missy bitchy. Yaba kata. Yota. Yota. Yo, 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 yo. Yoda, yo, 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 yo. Ooh, na, na, na. Yoda. Yo. So you didn't yoga. And the devil is bound. But he is the accuser of the brother.
Yeah.
He looks for a reason to go to and fro because he likes to roam. So when you sin, he says, God, he makes accusation against you. He says, they ain't as holy as they say they is. So you give him wiggle room. And so the stuff, financially, you were doing okay. But all of a sudden, because you didn't shut the lying tongue, or the cussing demon, or the anger of the unforgiveness, guess what? He was still in proximity. And here come that old financial demon. He weighing you out. And you like, I'm going to give you one time in life to act like you finna hit me. Go ahead. You know you hit me too hard, I'm going to drop you where you stay. If you play me like a sucker if you want. Act like you going to hit me. Just, okay. And so now, some of y'all are doing like this. like if you hit me some. Y'all ducking the blows. Talking about, God, come on, Lord. Come on, Lord. If you will, God. I don't know. Look like I'm in this world all by myself. Nobody ain't going through what I'm going through. If it ain't one thing, it's another. I'm just about to lose my mind. It's just one thing after another. Hey, come on, there. So now you done call a lose your mind spirit. Because prayer is communication. Communication is talking. And now you got to lose your mind spirit. And now you got a dead spirit. I'm just so depressed. Come on, depression. I'm just so, it's just one thing. I just look like I'm just one thing.
Set it up, Doc.
Come on, just one thing. Come on. Depression, get yours in. Get yours in. And I'm saying, Lord, and until come in like God.
God stands there, frustrated at you, like, with all the power that I've given you. He just shakes his head, and he takes a step back.
And then what God does, come here, Jerry. Come here. Y'all stay there. He speaks a word into somebody else. Come on, Jerry. And said, go down and help your brother. Go down there and help your brother. Tell him, go down and help him. And so now, Jay comes down, and y'all come on, hit me. And Jay has to rebuke and tell them where to go. So Jay, I need you to tell all our brokenness to go. Jay, please, Jay, tell him. And so brokenness, all he knows is to go. But depression, it looked like I should get it.
Yeah.
But I still ain't figured it out. Because every time I pray, I keep praying, Lord, if you will, Lord, if you will. And God keeps sitting. Go tell your son to speak to the mountain. You got to tell him. Speak to the mountain. I must speak. I just got so much stuff going on. It just ain't one thing, it's another. It's one thing. Come on, another. Come on. It just ain't but one thing, it's another. Y'all just don't know what I be going through. I be just trying. I be trying. Look like I make one step and then make go 4 steps back. And then, come on, one fools. Come on, step, girl. Come on, step. And so I'm in the middle, and come on, y'all beat on me. Y'all beat on me. And I got y'all get crazy, and I'm gonna drop y'all. I'm just telling you, I ain't as saved as I say I'm saved. If I get hit the wrong way. Now watch this. And so now you in the midst of stuff, and your mind about to go bonkers. And you mad with the world. And you got the audacity to say, I give my tithes and my offering and look like God should bless. He says, I've already prepared your deliverance. It's in your hand.
My God. So I pulled my Glock 9 and I said, check yourself, bro.
Up out of here. You better check yourself up out of here. You better check yourself up out of here. I'm sorry. So what was an obstacle yesterday? Transitions. I found out that the demon of lust will not go until you speak to it. Get this. You can take as many cold showers as you want. You're still going to be horny afterwards. Plain and simple. You can read as many scriptures as you want them and listen to as many worship songs as you want them. When you're depressed, that spirit is driven out because worship will drive it out. And on the way going home, it just drops back on you and look like you get more depressed than you was before. Because you got to speak to things to drive them out of your life.